The day my father-in-law pushed a postnuptial agreement across the table and called me a gold digger, I almost laughed, because they had no idea the woman they were trying to protect their son from was secretly worth more than everyone in that room combined. But I stayed silent because I wanted to know how far they would go. My name is Emily Carter, and for the last 5 years, I lived a life nobody would believe. I was married to Daniel, a kind man. At least I thought he was. When we met, he was working at a small company, trying to build his career. I never cared about money. I never looked at his family's wealth. I loved him because he made me feel seen. He made me laugh when life was difficult. He held my hand when I felt alone. But there was one thing I never told him. I wasn't just a normal woman working a quiet job. I was the founder of Carter Global Holdings, a company valued at $2.1 billion. Years before I met Daniel, I built the company from nothing. I worked 18-hour days. I slept in my office. I failed many times, but I never gave up. When the company became successful, I changed my life completely. I stopped wearing expensive clothes. I stopped showing my wealth. I wanted people to love me, not my bank account. And Daniel did, or at least I believed he did. When we got married, I never told his family about my company. I wanted a normal marriage. I wanted to be Emily, not the billionaire CEO. At first, everything was perfect, but slowly, things started changing. Daniel's family began making comments. His mother, Linda, always had a way of making me feel small. Some women are lucky, she would say. They marry into a better life. I would smile and ignore it. I thought maybe she just needed time to know me. But then came the family dinner that changed everything. It was our 5th anniversary. Everyone was sitting around the table. Daniel's father, Robert, placed a folder in front of me. I looked at it. "What's this?" Robert smiled. "Something to protect our family." I opened the folder. A postnuptial agreement. My heart dropped. A postnup after 5 years of marriage? I looked at Daniel. He avoided my eyes. "Daniel, what is this?" He stayed quiet. His mother answered, "Emily, don't take it personally." She laughed softly. "We just want to make sure everything is fair." Fair? I looked at the pages. The agreement said if we separated, I would receive almost nothing. Nothing from their family assets. Nothing from future earnings. Nothing from the life we built together. I slowly closed the folder. Then Robert said something I will never forget. "People change when money is involved." His wife nodded. "Especially people who marry into wealthy families." I stared at them. They actually believed I was after their money. The woman who built a billion-dollar company was being accused of chasing someone else's wealth. I wanted to reveal everything. I wanted to tell them who I was. But I didn't. Not yet, because I wanted to see the truth. I wanted to know if Daniel was part of this. I waited until everyone left. Then I asked him, "Did you know about this?" Daniel looked nervous. "Emily, my parents are just worried." "Worried about what?" He looked away. "About losing everything." That sentence hurt more than anything, because I realized they weren't protecting Daniel. They were protecting their money. And maybe Daniel was protecting their opinion. The next few weeks were different. I started noticing things. Daniel asked strange questions. "How much do you have saved? Do you own any property? Do you have investments?" Questions he never asked before. One night, I came home early. I heard him talking on the phone. I stopped near the door. "I don't know, Mom. Maybe she isn't as innocent as she looks." My heart froze. He was talking about me, the woman who stood beside him through everything, the woman who supported him before he had success. He was questioning my loyalty. That night, I made a decision. I would stop hiding, but I would reveal the truth my way. The next morning, Daniel's family invited us to another meeting. They wanted me to sign the agreement. Again, this time, everyone was there. Robert pushed the papers toward me. "Emily, this is a final chance." I looked at the document. Then I smiled. "I have one question." They looked surprised. "What?" "Do you know who owns Carter Global Holdings?" The room became silent. Linda laughed. "Why would we know some random company?" I looked at Daniel. His face changed. because he recognized the name. Everyone knew Carter Global Holdings. It was one of the biggest companies in the world. I slowly took my phone out. I opened a news article. A picture appeared. Me, standing on a stage. The headline said, Emily Carter, founder and CEO of Carter Global Holdings, reaches $2.1 billion net worth. Nobody spoke. Nobody moved. The silence was louder than any argument. Linda's face turned pale. Robert picked up the phone. He looked at the picture. Then he looked at me. You. I nodded. Yes. Daniel stood up. Emily, why didn't you tell me? I looked at him. Because I want to know if you love me without knowing my money. His eyes filled with regret. But regret doesn't erase the truth. Robert slowly pushed the post-nup away. We didn't know. I smiled. Exactly. You judge me without knowing anything. Linda started apologizing. She said she misunderstood me. But I remembered every insult, every comment, every moment they made me feel less. Then Daniel whispered, Do you still love me? That question was the hardest, because I did love him. But love without trust is painful. I looked at him. I loved the man who held my hand when he thought I had nothing. But I don't know this person sitting in front of me now. Months later, I sold my old house. I moved into a place where I could finally be myself. No pretending. No hiding. No proving my worth. Daniel tried to fix things. He sent letters. He apologized. He said he made the biggest mistake of his life. Maybe he was sorry. Maybe he changed. But some doors, once closed, never opened the same way again. Today, people know me as the woman who built a billion-dollar empire. But the biggest lesson I learned wasn't about money. It was about people. Some people respect you because of who you are. Others respect you only after they discover what you have. And sometimes, the greatest revenge is not showing people your success. It is realizing you never needed their approval in the first place.